Today in Onslow County, service dogs got the chance to practice one of their most important skills, navigating airports and boarding planes with their owners. It is all part of their training with Paws of War.
Max Alfonso is at Albert J. Ellis Airport and has more details. Max.
Courtney, Dave, the Paws of War organization is all about helping dogs find someone that they can help when it's normally going to be someone who fought in a war or was a first responder of sorts. Paws of War began in 2004 on Long Island, New York, and now it's been expanded to eastern North Carolina. It's designed to help veterans who suffer from PTSD or are disabled like Ronald Pierce.
Senses my anxiety a lot of times because I have severe PTSD, and he just walks right up to and leans me against me.
Thursday, service dogs in training got the full airport experience, from going through TSA to boarding a plane.
We had this wonderful opportunity with this airport, Albert J. Ellis Airport, to train here. So this gives our service dogs in training and service dogs an opportunity to do real life training.
Pierce said it was his dog Cosmo's first time in an airport or going on a plane.
Almost did great. He did great. We went in, he went right to the seat, sat down. He did absolutely wonderful.
Paws of War dogs go through a 5-step training period before they become service dogs. At the end, they're rewarded with a service dog ID card and a certificate from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services to show they're a registered service animal.
We train any breed. So we have a 4-pound toy poodle she is a service dog in training. She's at level 3. And we have a 150-pound King Shepherd.
Media could not go on to the plane, but I was told that the dogs did behave well. And my big question was, when they graduate, do they get a cap and gown? I was told no, but Jackie said that could be something in the future to further reward the dogs. But for now, reporting in Onslow County, Max Alfonso, WITN News.
Well, hopefully they got some treats.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Max. Now, if you want to join Paws of War, a link can be found on our website, WITN.com.
They were very well behaved. I think they're well on their way.
They look very relaxed, too, which maybe is important.